Hey folks, welcome back to Canada's Boxing Channel. So, after this weekend, Joseph Parker moves to 36-3 and is the new WBO interim heavyweight champion. There's a lot online, both from Team Parker, Joe Parker himself and Andy Lee, his trainer, and many fans about whether or not Joe Parker should have a title shot next time out. I tend to fall into the category of people that say, yes, he should. Whether it's against Usyk or whether it's against Dubois, I'm not desperately bothered either which way. Excuse me. But I think Joe Parker is now deserving of a title shot. In fact, I would go so far as to say that if after beating Bacoli, who was of course a very last minute replacement for Daniel Dubois, if he's not given a title shot, I might put that into the category of being screwed over. And certainly there's lots of fans I see online on this small channel, people comment, and on then some of the big channels that I go and look at, I see lots of comments. Now I understand that there's a body of boxing fans who disagree. There are people who are very loyal to Daniel Dubois who say, and there's some merit to this, that Dubois had a voluntary defense against Parker. The key word here is voluntary. That he wasn't able to honor that deal because of sickness, but that shouldn't negatively impact him. In other words, you shouldn't be punished for being sick. And I understand that. But conversely, Parker had arranged to fight Dubois for a belt. And it's not his fault that that fight didn't take place. And he also fought a top contender as a, rather than simply go home. He fought a top contender to keep the card, I won't say keep the card alive, but you know what I mean. It kept the card what the card was. But of course it wasn't for a title shot. And he didn't know when he said, I'll take Bacoli, that Bacoli would turn up looking like, a very out of shape fellow that he was. So there was a lot of risk that Parker took. Nothing can be said to say that, well, it was Parker's fault that the fight with Dubois didn't go ahead. It's actually neither man's fault. Unless there's something that comes out about Dubois, possibly, either refusing or failing a test. And there's no suggestion, really, that that's the case. We'll see over time. I mean, if Dubois is inactive for many months, then, people will be even more skeptical. I sort of talked about this a lot on a few videos. So there's a no-fault issue here at the moment. Dubois is sick, we have to take that at face value. And Parker didn't get to fight for a belt. The fair thing would be for Parker to have a title shot. That's what he signed up to do. Whether it's against Usyk or Dubois, like I say, I'm not super concerned. I mean, Usyk needs to fight somebody, and I understand the attraction of an undisputed fight to reunify all those belts. But I think there's a strong case to be made for Parker, and I think that I'd like to see Usyk fight Parker, and I'd like to actually see Kabayel fight Dubois, because I think Kabayel is deserving of a shot now. He's beaten everybody who's been put in front of him. Though you could say that Kabayel might need a wee bit more seasoning, another one, possibly two top contenders. Maybe, I don't know. But Parker, I think you can say, if he doesn't fight either of Usyk or Dubois, who does he fight? Right? And if we accept that Parker is deserving of a title shot, does he have a secret weapon or an ally who can help make this fight materialize. Parker is well liked. He's got a big fan base. Andy Lee is his trainer. But they don't have as much heft as one person who is very, very close to Andy Lee and Joe Parker has. And that's none other than the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury. Now, while Tyson Fury is retired, many of us think that that retirement is a little bit of a negotiating tactic, because there is this big fight that purists are kind of poo-pooing, but many, many, many casuals would like to see, I would like to see, and that's the fight between Fury and AJ, to put a period at the end of that sentence, to determine once and for all, while it's past its sell-by date, which of those two fighters was the best. And AJ will have lots and lots and lots of fans and haters, and Fury will have lots and lots and lots of fans and haters. And bringing those two together might just say, okay, that's it, draw a line under it. People will still argue and say, well, if it had been 5 years ago, Tyson would have wiped the floor with him. And then the other side would say, no, if it had been, whatever, many years ago, AJ would have knocked him out. It won't put the story to sleep, but it'll put it to bed. And I'm wondering if it's the case that Tyson's retirement is really a negotiating tactic in order to get a little bit more money out of Turki Al-Sheikh. Could he also work into a deal, a title shot for his very close friend, Joe Parker? A little bit of leverage along the lines of, yes, I'll come back. I'll fight AJ for X amount of money, plus one condition. You give Parker a shot at Dubois or Usyk or, whoever happens to have belts, right? Do you think that Fury could do that? Do you think that Fury would do that? I think the former question, could he do it? I think that's quite possible. If you're Turki Al-Sheikh and you desperately want Tyson Fury to come back to fight AJ, which we all know is a massive, massive payday for everybody concerned, because it will sell like crazy, right? Would Turki then say, yeah, okay, you know what, in order to make it happen, I'll ensure that Parker gets a shot? Would Tyson do it? I've no idea. How close are these guys? No idea. But could he do it? Does he have enough influence? Does he have enough leverage to make it happen? Like him or not, and I'm not a Fury fan, as you know, I would say that Tyson Fury still has a massive amount of influence, especially at this time when everybody in the boxing establishment, especially his proposed opponent, Anthony Joshua, absolutely wants Tyson Fury to come back. Something to bear in mind. I'd love to know what you think. Please join the discussion in the comments section below. Please like this video, subscribe, share, and have a fabulous day. I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.